Hey, 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 beautiful heart. What's vibin'? How are you doing today? Ooh, are you feeling this amazing energy? We are under this incredible new moon in Leo energy. This is a time to dream big. This is about manifesting your dreams and abundance. No dream is too big. Usually our dreams are too small. So, no matter where you're at in your timeline, try to take some time today, even if it's only 5-10 minutes. Take yourself somewhere where you won't be disturbed. And I know we all live busy lives, so even if it's just a 5-minute bathroom break where you can put your hand over your heart, give it a little tap, and say thank you. I love you. That will do wonders. All right. I've got the cards laid out and I'm going to jump right in. I do want to say one thing. I want to give a shout out to somebody who is very special in my life. I don't even know if she realizes how special she is to me. And just having her presence, her friendship, her support and her love has made such a difference over the past year. Today is her birthday. She is the epitome of a Leo, bold, beautiful, strong, gracious, and dynamic. From my heart to yours, I send you so much love for this day. You deserve the world and more. And I just want you to know I love you. All right. Thank you, guys. Now, moving on to this reading. We are starting out with the warrior. Notice these are like ram's horns on this sword. This energy of the warrior is representative of who you are at the core. And warriors aren't always ones that are running into battle and, taking their sword and chopping people's heads off. Yes, that's one type of warrior. That is not the energy that I'm talking about in this reading. This warrior, this is what you are bringing forth. It's a warrior of love, of light. This is something that I feel many of you are coming to see and believe about yourself. As you're on this journey of this inner work and you start peeling back the layers, you start letting go of the hurts, the betrayals, and what your experiences have been or what has been done to you. You do rise up. But before that happens, we need to take time out. We need to withdraw. See how this fox is curled up, sleeping? He doesn't look stressed. He's not worrying. He's withdrawn. Why? Because he has come through an intense time, intense energy, however that's showing up in your life. But who I'm tapping into, you have been fighting a battle, however you want to say it, an unseen battle that many people don't even know the depths of what you've been going through. And as we get these aha moments or more knowledge, epiphanies, whatever you want to say, there's a cycle that goes on. When we, push through our fear and we look at what has been done and we make that conscious choice to say, you know what, this is my experiences. People have betrayed me. People that I have been there for, weren't there for me. I mean, look, the guy's by himself here. And guys, this is the new Titanic tarot deck. Absolutely, absolutely love it. So that's in case you guys are wondering. But look at this. He is by himself on the deck. He's got 10 of swords in his back. He's like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. But see, 10s are new beginnings. He has made the choice to say, you know what? I've taken some time out. I've withdrawn. I see where I've come from. In taking this time out and withdrawing, it's not that you're just sleeping, not doing anything, and being lazy. If that's what you're feeling, I urge you to release that, because this type of withdrawal and rest comes after an intense time. As we face our fears, as we face these limiting beliefs, whatever they are, there's a time for us to withdraw. I call it that void, that in between. You're not quite sure what's coming next, but you can't go back to where you've been. You've done the work, you've released it. So then there's this void, and this is the void where monkey mind and altered ego loves to come and hijack the blessings, or try to throw a speed bump in your journey. And it's not about the speed bump. It's not about the dips or the distractions or whatever is showing up. It's about how you respond. Are you going to react in the old way, take offense, get triggered, get hurt, want revenge, all of that? Or are you going to come at this from this Hierophant energy? Now, the Hierophant in this deck, he was a priest who was walking the decks of the Titanic, doing, saying his mantras or his statements over his rosary beads when the Titanic hit the iceberg. This is a person and an energy who is tapped in, who knows that they are a light and love warrior. They have taken the time, they have withdrawn. They haven't had an easy life, but they're choosing not to live it from their experiences. They're choosing to move into a knowing. They rely on source. He also refused to get into a lifeboat. He served his purpose. He knew, he was so secure in himself, and not in an ego way, but very secure in the love in his heart, the higher knowledge, that he was able to be of service. And being of service at this high level isn't about taking away from one's own life. On this journey, you do reach a point where, yes, you can have it all. You can be it all. You don't have to be this or that. It's when we start dropping all of the limiting beliefs and experiences that we've had. So in this time of withdrawal, in this void, this is the time to rest, to assess. And especially with this new moon today, this energy, and over the next 36 hours, we are going to have 5 big planets in retrograde. This is a time of big change. What will be coming up? Well, you guys know. It has been a lot of the past energy. This 7 of Wands in this deck. I really like it. For me, this talks about these 7 of Wands. Notice he's alone on the boat. He's very defensive, kind of standing his guard. The way that I read the energy off of this isn't you with other people. Yeah, other people, people will always be used to trigger you, offend you. Altered ego doesn't like to play alone. It likes to get other people on board of the misery boat or whatever you want to call it. But this I read it as this is you with the old energy. The stuff you were trying to get away from. This, the spiritual path, this isn't a path of competition. There is no competition at this level. So if you're still in your mind having these thoughts of, well, I haven't reached it yet, or they're doing better than I am, and there's this subconscious competition going on, that will keep you in that energy. But the truth is, you're fighting alone. You're fighting against yourself. You're fighting against the old programming, which it was born out of the 5 human habits and lower energy. So this is really saying, you've come a long way. You're in this resting, withdrawn energy because you have been fighting a battle. You have really exhausted yourself. No judgment in that. When we are dealing with ourselves in this old energy, guys, it is absolutely exhausting. This is why we need to withdraw, recharge our batteries, be able to assess, see things from a higher perspective. And then what comes with that? Acceptance. It's in this withdrawal period that we accept. And I believe it was yesterday's reading that self-acceptance came out. And I talked about how important it is to accept all of you, especially the parts you don't like, the parts of you that you're ashamed of. But this is accepting that, we've been growing up in the matrix. We've been living a life of lies. Accepting that, being able to drop it and shed it. Why? Because there is so much more wanting to come in. Get creative. Sorry, guys, it's hard to pick these cards up from the table. Get creative. Look at that butterfly, these wings. This is what is happening when you withdraw. When you withdraw and your attention isn't on old energy, loss, limitation, you will not consciously know what your next steps are, but you are tapped in like the Hierophant. You don't come from worry or anxiety. Not saying that won't come up. It will try to come up, especially if that's been your experiences. If you have been living parts of your life with high anxiety, it's not going to go away overnight. It is a process because you didn't get to having that anxiety and depression overnight. It was a process. It is a process to come out of it. But as you're doing that, you are gaining strength. You are getting prepared to move in a new direction that calls for a new level of you. You cannot take the old you with you. I mean, you can try, and maybe someone needs to hear this. If you have been trying to, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, take the old you, that old energy with you on this new path, you're having experiences that are very uncomfortable, overwhelming, sad, frustrating, and they're pulling you down. Why? Because you cannot take that old version of you with you. It's a completely different vibration. These two cards are a different vibration than this one. Where is all this leading? To fruition. Look at this. And I love how this is over her mind. Why? Because Your mind is the masculine energy. It is the creative energy. And we have Get Creative here. How do we create? We create first with a thought. Now, a thought on its own will not manifest. Their creation, manifestation, it's a two-part formula. First, you have to have the thought, the idea. And this is the way life is. It starts in the mind, we get a thought and an idea, then a feeling comes up to match whatever we're thinking. This is where we need to be self-responsible, because altered ego, monkey mind, it doesn't want to give up the keys to the Lamborghini. It likes being in, it thinks it's in control. It likes being in the driver's seat. It loves to keep you confused, overwhelmed, anxious, depressed. Why? Because when you're all wrapped up in that, you're in this energy, you are not paying attention to where the hell the car is being driven. You didn't recognize that monkey mind made a U-turn at that light. You thought you were heading to this fancy beach and this resort, but you weren't paying attention, and it made a U-turn, and now you're back in the old hood. Not where you want to be. Fruition is about changing our perceptions, our beliefs, what we're thinking and saying. What we think about, we bring about. Why? Because, and I know that sounds contradictory to when I said a thought will not manifest on its own. But when you are thinking about something, your attention is on that. Feelings are going to come up to match that. The universe doesn't decipher, oh, well, she's thinking on all the old stuff. We know that's not what she wants. She wants to manifest this abundance, so let's just give her that. No, that's not how it works. Everything is frequency and vibration. The thoughts are a different vibration than the feelings. The mind and the heart. The intuition in the heart, being of a higher vibration, that's magnetic. So here's a little crash course in metaphysics here. The mind, the masculine energy, the thinking capacity, that is electronic in nature. The feeling side of life, the feminine side, that is magnetic. The magnetic feeling body runs throughout your nervous system. Let that sink in for a moment. If you want to say, I don't believe you, blah, 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 just take a moment. Reflect back on your past. You will have, if you look back, you're going to go, oh crap, Danae, you're right. I never noticed that. That when lower vibrational thoughts or feelings, anxiety, depression, whatever it is, start to come up and your attention is on that, look at how your body reacts. It constricts, things tighten. You start to have aches and pains more intensely. You get overwhelmed. The nervous system is now in high drive trying to fight back what has to play out, because your nervous system has to play out what you're feeling. You know, I always talk about your cells are listening. Your thoughts and feelings, those become thought forms. They get stored on the cells of your body, and they have to act out. For those of you dealing with autoimmune diseases, doctors can't tell you why or where. It is what it is, yada, yada, yada. I'm here to tell you, it's your feelings, it's your thoughts. That's where it started. It's playing out in your central nervous system. Resentment and unforgiveness creates acid in the body. Acidic thoughts will play out in your body. Arthritis, joints hurting, stiffness, It all goes back to your emotions. I am in the ease and flow of abundance in my life. Make that your mantra today, guys. Use this new moon energy as a powerhouse to help push you forward into this creative fruition mode, because this is what's waiting for you. Shift happens. Allow the shift to happen. It is your time. And at the bottom of the deck, your beliefs either give you power or take it away. What you feel, you will make real. Beliefs are not true. Beliefs aren't facts. They're not truth. How can I say that? Because beliefs are only things you keep thinking until you believe they're true. You and I could be out together at an event or dinner, wherever. We'll just say dinner. We could witness the same event, but we could both have two different beliefs about that event. Doesn't mean you're right and I'm wrong, or I'm right and you're wrong. How is it then that if we were both there, we both witnessed it, but we have two different accounts of it? Why? We are two different unique individuals with different experiences, with different beliefs and filters of perceptions that we filter everything through. So that's why I'm saying beliefs are neither true or false. They just are what they are. And it's because of what you've been believing and thinking that makes them true to you. The good news in all that is you can change your beliefs. But it does start in your thoughts, in your mind. This journey, this road back to of self-discovery, awakening, it is not an easy journey. You are facing you. Going back to this, all of this isn't, these wands to me are not representing issues or other people that you need to deal with or that are coming at you. It's you with your own beliefs. The good news is, again, you are in control. You get to change them. Yes, it is hard for a while. It is not always going to be that way. The more that you focus on the negative and the complaining about the situations, the more of what you're complaining about and fussing about will show up in your experience. I talked last night in class about acceptance and rejection. There is so much power in acceptance. What you accept in your life to be true will be so. Just like what you choose to reject out of your life, that has just as much power. It will be so. And when I say acceptance and rejection, I'm talking about, do you align with it or do you not? There's no judgment. You don't want to have judgment in any of this. The example I like to use is Coke and Pepsi. Some people accept that, they accept Pepsi. Others prefer Coke. That right there, that's acceptance and rejection, bonding and rejecting. Another way to say it is what you align with and what you don't align with. You may not align with the taste of Pepsi. It's just not your vibe, not your flavor. But you do vibe and align with Coke. No judgment. It's absolutely okay. That's just a mundown, step down analogy, but the principle is still the same. Again, no judgment. Wow, not quite sure what that noise was. I'll have to go check. With this new moon, look at this, last quarter moon in Leo, lighten up, absolutely lighten up. Many of you have been holding on so tightly to what has happened, holding on to your story, and you keep justifying it and justifying it, you got to ask yourself, are you justifying your victimhood in this? Are you justifying the lack, the betrayal, and the hurt? Because if you are, use this energy to release, to lighten up. You cannot be in the flow of light and love and higher vibrations when your thoughts and your feelings are on lower vibrations, the human consciousness and density. There's no room for that to flow. So you got to ask yourself, have you put on that sandpaper bathing suit? Are you doing your best impression of a salmon trying to swim upstream against the current? Why? Do you really like that struggle? Do you really like that uncomfortableness? Again, no judgment. Altered ego monkey mind, that's its playground. Guys, a lot of this that we're walking through and trying to get rid of is literally old habits. Old habits just being the way we've always done things. Be real. Authenticity 100%. Wearing the masks are getting very uncomfortable. It's time to take it off. Use this energy, guys, to really catapult yourself into this warrior that you are, a warrior of light and love. And that comes with a bounty. Your life comes with a bounty. Health, wealth, love, prosperity, joy, and happiness. If that's not what you're flowing in, it's not because of other people. So if you're sitting there listening to this and going, but you don't know what this person did, you don't know what that person did, I don't need to know. My question to you is, why are you focused on them? They can't change you. They can't do anything for you. It's you with you. Joy and commitment is what is on tap for you. So keep going, keep going. Guys, I'm going to shut this down. I have gone on and on too long. All right. I hope you found some hope and clarity within this message. As always, I am sending you oceans and oceans of love. Namaste. Bye-bye.